Well guys, welcome back to a new video. If you do enjoy the videos, do take time to give them a thumbs up, drop a comment or query down below, and remember I'm always more reachable on my Instagram account. There's a link to that in the description box below, and yeah, always nice to hear from you. I always appreciate the fact that you guys do share my videos on social media and do take time to watch them. It's very hard to grow the channel without, you know, word of mouth as such, and also people taking the time to watch the videos, and I do appreciate that a heck of a lot, guys. I really do. Anyway, so what are we doing on this fine morning? Well, it's rather cool, I've got to say, considering we're moving into June. It's gone down to 7 last night, which is a bit below the normal for the time of year, but it's a nice misty morning. I'm back down on that lake that I fished in my last video, where I had that one lovely 7 pound plus tench. And hoping that we might get amongst one or two more today. Another short trip, starting this video now around about, I think it's around about 4:45 to 5 AM, round about that. Took me a little bit longer to get here than I'd have liked via the bike, but we have got down here, that's the main thing. So what are we doing? Well, single rod again, very compact Shimano STC, that's Shimano Travel Concept telescopic rod, 10 to 30 grams casting weight. Little Akuma Avenger bait runner reel loaded with 10-pound mainline. Fishing that with just a simple low resistance running rig, incorporating a very light weight because they are a light casting weight rod. Not fishing too far out. The main form of attack will be using air injected red worms again. Going to be spraying and feeding the area with some few maggots, and also baiting up very lightly with a few small balls of the following. And believe me, they are small balls because I'm going to separate and break them down. I make them up cricket ball size and then break them down for when I'm feeding in. That is the following. That's the mainline margin mix ground bait. A little bit in there cool, not too much, don't want to get the tench too preoccupied. Nice bit of the power stim particle, and that's hemp. And as you can see probably by the colour, that's laced with a lot of molasses, and that's horse molasses, liquid molasses, which you can get in big bottles and cost you between, if you shop around, anything from between 10 and 12 pound. The brands do vary a bit. Excuse me, I'm just seeing a nice tench roll out there. Oh, I can't wait to get a rod out. But yeah, you can get those bottles of molasses from your animal feed stores or on Amazon for around about 10 to 12 pounds for a nice, I think it's 5 litre bottle. Anyway, that's the fact, or should I say the actual form factor that we're going to be using, and the actual form of attack and tactics. And just feeding in a few loose balls of ground bait, spraying in a few maggots, and fishing the PVA mesh bag just on the hook with a few crushed pellets and a nice 3 to 4 red worms air injected on a micro maggot clip. So I'm using the mag clip, works great for red worms, great for lobworms as well. And it's just a nice easy way of presenting them. Now, air injecting, as I said before, do be careful anyway if you are using a syringe, hypodermic syringe. Place it on something firm like your bait lid or your tackle box lid to inject your baits. But it is a nice way if you're fishing a weedy water, just getting a nice lift to the bait so it just settles nicely and lifts above any weed that might be still out there. Because even though you've raked a venue and you've done your best to clear some runs and some channels, I can guarantee, penny to the proverbial, that you will have some weeds still out there, and it's nice to be able to get a bait that just sits nicely. Now, hopefully perch won't be too bad today. They weren't last time, but you never know. If they are a bit annoying, I am going to switch to a small 12mm and 10mm boilies, and that's mainline Tutti Frutti baits. So that's the sum of it. Low resistance leisure setup, nice simple compact rod to carry light with you when you're travelling by bike. Baits, maggots, worms, I've got some luncheon meat as well, and yeah, that's about it. Anyway, the old geese are going off a bit as well, I can hear them cackling away. But yeah, it looks a nice morning. Fingers crossed that we get a bite or two. Anyway, let's get on, shall we? Get the rod set up, get some ground bait out there, and get fishing. Got tench fizzing to my right. Need to move a bit more to the left where the ground bait is. Lovely bite that, just as I was eating a oat biscuit. Well, there we go. Result of that absolutely ripping take. Beautifully conditioned, beautifully orange-eyed, £7, 6 ounce tinker. Just pull myself back. There we go, guys. What a corking, cracking, beautifully formed, portly and with a superb stature about it tench. And once again, only a short trip. I've been fizzing a bit and leading me in a bit of a merry dance this morning, but yeah, this one really tore off and took. And that was just on 3 red worms that have been air injected. As I say, beautiful condition. £7.6 of immaculate looking tench from a very weedy water. Let's get it slipped back. Wonderful. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, really happy with that fish, really happy. Couple of 7s in a couple of short trips. Really nice confidence boost, especially given that I have not fished this water for donkey's years. And it's good to know that the old swim knowledge doesn't change too much. And yeah, nice to have that fish, very nice. Do hope the light levels are all right for the video that I'm shooting at the moment for you guys. I'm in a very, very kind of like shaded swim, so it might be causing a bit of issues with the video quality. But yeah, really happy with that fish. Really, really feisty fish too. Most of the mist is all but burnt off now. So it's going to be a really sunny day, really sunny. So maybe chance of 1 or 2 more tench, maybe, maybe not. But I won't be staying till late. I'm going to be heading off. As I say, it's another short trip, so I'm going to give it maybe 2.5 more hours, maybe 3 at the most, and then head off. Oh, he's still on. Got him out of the weed. Oh, oh, he's going a bit nuts. A little bit fruity. Oh, oh yeah. What about this?
One sec.
Sure.
Hello?
Oh yeah.
Mark? All I can hear is it splashing about.
In you go. Oh. Oh. It's just as a mate called me on. He's on the phone now. Actually, I just tore off a really, really lively looking tinker. Let him rest a bit. I need to rest a bit actually after that. Tell you what, this one's got a touch of the Dalmatians about it, hasn't it? 101 spots, 101 Dalmatian tinker. Very recognisable. Lots of black patches on this. A little bit of tail damage there. Possible predation, I don't know. But you'd certainly recognise this one, wouldn't you, if it was in a photo lineup down the police station. It was him with the patches, he did it. But yeah, lovely looking fish. £6, 12 ounces. Wonderful, wonderful bite and scrap. And unfortunately, I was playing this fish just as someone gave me a telephone call. So they were on air as I was playing this fish, and the chap said, all I can hear is a fish thrashing about. And it did nearly stick me in the weed and stuck me in there permanently. Managed to get it back out with a bit of teddy bear and a little bit of easing about, trying to get it back out, but it did come out. Real good solid scrap from this fish too. But yeah, aside from the tail damage, it's a wonderful, unique looking tinker. Let's get it slip back, shall we? Ring going. Oh. Tench number 3. Wow, well, look at that, guys. What an absolute corker. £9 exactly. Scales flickered between 8.15 and 9, 8.15 and 9, locked at 9. But you know what, if it's 8.15 or £9, I'd have been happy. But £9, what a gorgeous tench. What a gorgeous tench. Hench tench. Wow. What a fish. What a fish to be happy with. tell you what, that was a good scrap. Weren't having it, even with a bit of weed that had gone into it, still was giving me merry grief. Wow. Yes, 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 come on. Happy days. You could die a happy man, I think, catching tench like this. So that's as simple as it gets. Mag clip, that's a micro-sized mag clip, or maggot clip. 3 air injected red worms, a little mesh bag with a little mixture of pellets. And then up from there, you can see that little tungsten sinker, just to help pin it all down nicely so that the worms are just lifting lightly off of the weed bed.
Weed.
Quite a bit of weed. Yeah, still. I'll watch you don't kite over.
Gone through it.
Yeah. I'll watch you doesn't kite over to those slabs. You want to do the honours? Yeah. Well, zoom in. Go. Yeah, it's typical, isn't it? You go and do something. Visuals, mate. It's alright, just leave him in for a moment. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad, mate. That's typical, just as you're going to do something, I think.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. There we go. Well, how's that for a Slim Jim Mao? And my mate Adam's here, done a good job with the netting.
Right.
Done a cracking job with the netting of this one. We were just saying it's been very quiet, weren't we?
Yeah.
Been saying it's very quiet. It's just going to get the camera out to do something.
Belted off.
Absolutely melted, yeah. Anyway, let's get this one back, and I think that'll be the last one of the trip. It's been a good trip as well. Anyway, slip it back. Well, that's me all thoroughly packed up, rod in the bag, landing net packed up. Just got a few bait tubs to clear up. What an enjoyable trip, eh? 4 lovely tench. Some absolute, you know, variety of characters there, from Dalmatian tinkers to red spotted, slim, long, wiry mouths. Topped off with that absolutely corking 9-pounder. Really, really chuffed to bits to have that. And as always, it's been a pleasure bringing you one of my little fishing vlogs, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it hasn't been too boring. Yeah, did go off the feed a bit, just as I was speaking to my friend Adam. And I said to him, let's I'll show you something on the camera. And I put one leg across my rod, and the alarm bleeped. We both looked at it, and it just ripped off. And that was with that final long, lean, muscular male tench. But yeah, it's been a cracking tinker trip. You know, it just goes to show one rod, as I always say, if you locate the fish and locate the features, one rod in the right area is better than 2 rods out for many hours in the wrong area. And this has been a very short trip once again, guys. It hasn't been a long trip. So, you know, if you think about what you're doing, try and locate the fish. And yeah, you can get some very, very worthy rewards, and you can really reap those rewards without needing a dozen rods in your swim. You know, just keeping it simple and locating the fish. And I've got to say, the air injected red worms are working fantastically. Obviously used in conjunction with a mesh bag of small micro pellets, and of course the mainline margin coarse ground bait mixture with a little bit of molasses, hemp and sweetcool. Yeah, it's been a good trip. As I say, guys, if you've got any queries, you've got any comments, you want to let me know about the videos, you know, whether you enjoy them or any positive critique, always welcome. And always nice to hear of your fishing trips. How are you doing? You know, are you out tench fishing? Are you out after bream? Have you been having some ups and downs with your fishing trips? We all do as anglers. You know, we're all human. Let me know. Anyway, I am going to get this rod on the bike bag, and I am going to head off home. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Till my next one, take care, and tight lines, guys. Goodbye.